Shalom, shalom. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Make sure y'all can hear me. Greetings, greetings to everybody. Korea Donna. Appreciate you being here. Brother Step, what's happening with you? Appreciate you being here. I hope everybody can hear me. I'm just trying something new. Something new. Queen, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. I like that little background music.
Hey, I just discovered it right now. I was, letting people get pulled in. Realize what's going on with you, brother. I see you, Step. What's going on with you, Step? Just saluting everybody and all that. Queen, Southern Belle, what's going on with you? Appreciate everybody being here with me. Always praises to the Most High for letting us be here for another day. This has been a long week. I was really planning on going on probably about like 2, but I'm probably gonna work tonight, so this had to come on a little earlier. But I really wanted to talk about this. That's the mental illness or mental health, I should say. Well, it could be in the category of illness, but I would say mental health. But before I start, I definitely want to say to anybody that happens to find uh, love or friendship on the internet, especially during this Valentine shit, don't let people deter you from that shit. Because I know there's bad experience with the internet and shit, and there could be a lot of sickos out there. But keep in mind, there's a lot of people that meet people in clubs and bars, and they find out they're sickos as well too. So don't let where you find a mate or a lover uh, deter you for further pursuing that in a love interest, because you might could find your husband or your wife in that time. I'm not just saying that because it's Valentine's. I did a video about this before Valentine's where I felt like love could be found on the internet. I don't think that it should just be relegated to being in the flesh anymore, because that's not how people traditionally meet now. You know, you got to kind of get with the times or whatnot. But I don't want to, you know, get on that subject too much, because I want to talk about some serious shit today. Which this whole um, topic that we're gonna be on this show was sparked by my guest co-host, whoever, my partner, my homegirl, Scorpio, where she was talking about, or she brought up the the mental health of melanated men, and I thought it would be interesting and just combining that, the mental health of melanated people, the sisters and the brothers, and lo and behold, you see all the shit, That's been happening since we announced that show. So this is gonna be uh, a pretty serious base show. I am gonna drop the link too, but I want people to know though before we start giving our opinions, which that is what it is, because these are just my opinions. Everybody else on here opinions. I don't want people to think that we're trained doctors. Not. I couldn't even go to school to get the experience to be the type of doctors and the type of professionals that they have today. Me taking basic classes and getting the little degrees that I have doesn't compare to professionals. So always go to your professionals. Always get the professional counseling. This right here is just a peer assessment and my opinion of mental health in my community and the breakdown. So I do want to I want to give that out. So when people come in and people might hear the playback, you feel me? They might be like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking. I said it. This is a disclaimer right now. The beginning of this shit. This is everybody's opinion on this shit and what we should be doing towards the melanated community and such for brothers and sisters. Quinn, you got something you want to add?
No, like not right now. I'm just letting you roll with it because you're doing
Okay,
such a good job. I'm listening.
okay, for sure, because I am getting started. So I do have some clips for us to watch in a little bit, and I definitely want to urge. What's going on, Natty? I see you in the chat. Uh, I definitely want to urge people to, because not just give that disclaimer. I want to urge people to, if you do have uh, any type of feelings or type of depression or type of seriousness, the shit that's going on in your life, uh, where you feel like nobody's listening to you, you don't have anybody to talk to you, do not be afraid or ashamed to seek professional help. I'm dead ass serious. I've said this on a few streams of mine that I've went to counseling and saw a therapist at 16. I believe it was 16 or 17 years old, and it was because of the amount of trouble that I was getting into. And if I didn't have that, ain't no telling where I would be. Because you got to understand this mental health is not something that you want to keep. Your emotions and everything that you're going, it's not something that you want to keep bottled up. You're going to learn that when you go to school and they give you the basics and the one-on-ones and shit like that of psychology, and how the brain works. You don't want to keep shit bottled up because we know it could come out real aggressive. It could come out real passive aggressive, or which we're gonna talk about a lot today, suicide. The severeness of it could be suicide, and we don't want our melanated people, sisters and brothers, being succumb to under so much pressure when they feel like they feel like they need to lose their life. So this is a very serious issue. So I really do hope that the people, brothers and sisters that come in, that you do watch the clips that are going to be played today, and people that check the replay gang out, do watch the clips because I think I found some clips that might um, describe shit better than I can describe it. And then we're going to touch on a lot of that and stuff today. Give our take.
Could I just add something before you
Oh,
start the clip?
oh yeah, go ahead, Quinn. Go ahead.
I think being black, you inherently um, get depression, living under constant duress every day. And I think that it could be passed on via uterus to a newborn. So if you can imagine going through slavery and being pregnant, the stress passed on to that baby, I think it could be passed down generation to generation and living under constant duress and stress. And I think black men have a little more. I mean, I can't. You can say well, I feel like black men have a little more stress than black women. I think, you know, it's a
Mhm.
little harder for black men than women, but it's equally harder for, you know, both just being black. But
I think that I would say, yeah, it is it's a lot of pressure, but to me, I think the pressure could be easily be said it could be heavy on both. I feel like
yes.
women have sisters in particular have so much they have to think about. And when I was coming up, my mom basically, I had my dad. I know who my dad is, but he was just not involved. So my mom was the primary caretaker, the primary caregiver. So what
Mhm.
does that do in turn? That puts a lot on the woman, and she has to be masculine and feminine at the same time.
I
Unfortunately,
agree.
because the lack of the missing of the man, of the
A lot of men leave. Have you ever gotten a story or asked him why did he leave? Because I, just from my experience, not being on this earth too long, but a lot of men, due to stress or whatever, leave their kids for whatever reasons. It's always something behind it. I don't, you know, for every situation. Just speaking with like even members in my family, you know, some didn't raise their kids. They was in and out of prison. You know, they got caught up in that. Not saying they didn't love their kids, but they weren't able to be. And then as they got older and got their lives together, they were able to, you know. But I know like my grandparents and then migrated from the South. A lot of people from that era were alcoholics. And a lot of us have generational curses with alcoholism, drugs, and all that. Um, so their outlet was drinking. A lot of them went to the wars, became, you know, mentally incapacitated for whatever reasons. So it's so many reasons why men started to leave the families, and then that can be passed on to men who didn't have their fathers. You know what I'm saying? It's so many variables to where mental illness is just rampant in our communities, even with women that are left to raise the kids on their own is extremely hard. I've had to do it too. And it's not giving a pass to men that do that, but it's like we really need to get to the roots of our dysfunctions, because I come from dysfunction that was rooted in alcoholism, drugs, whatever. And my job for me is to break those curses. Like, I want my kids to be better than me instead of continuing the curses. And so, and that was, you know, help with getting mental, you know, help
well,
professionally and herbally. But yeah.
yeah, yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off, Queen, but yeah, you definitely raised a great point. And my father, he was physically in my life, but he just wasn't mentally and spiritually there, if you will. So like
Mm-hmm.
his, I didn't get any teachings from him like a son is supposed to get from a father, right? Not your
Mm-hmm.
traditional teachings, like tying a tie and all that. My uncle had taught me that. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I went a long time and not wearing suits, I had to use YouTube and shit again to get
Mm-hmm.
acclimated back to doing it. But I eventually learned how to do ties because now I do wear button ups and shit a lot of the time now. So it's part of my wardrobe, if you will. But nah, he didn't teach me that. I mean, he taught me how to box lightweight. But he was there. He just wasn't there.
Have you
And
ever got his story? Because you know we all
oh,
have a
he
story.
he was fatherless. So was my mom.
Okay.
They
Okay.
both fathers, yeah.
So he didn't
So
know how to, he didn't have the models to give him to show him this is, you know
eh,
what I'm saying?
exactly. And we
Mm-hmm.
had conversations like that when I became grown.
Mm,
And
okay.
I couldn't talk to my father when I was coming up. So it was tough for me
Mm-hmm.
trying to talk to him as a teen, if you will. But
Yes.
the older I got, or when I became an adult and got my own, my own whip and own money and shit, and he said, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the man you became, um, and this and that. You kind of get teary eyed a little bit because that's family shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the shit that I overcome, coming from the town, it ain't easy. With
Mm-mm.
the gangster shit, the drugs, prostitution, and all that, I couldn't
Police.
bags. I mean, I could just be dead from that alone, living in
Right.
California. You know what I mean? So, just trying to learn the ins and out of being a man and shit, and learning my manhood, which would I define my opinion would be the decisions that you make, the choices that you make, and the ending results, and you learning from the ending results. That's how my manhood. I came into my manhood, and that would be my ideal explaining manhood and my fruition, making it come true. That'd be my manhood. Just becoming in my manhood would just be the choices I make, how to respond to them, and how do you react, under pressure. That
Mm-hmm.
to me is what defines manhood. It's not about the brawn and all that. It's about making great decisions for your household, even for yourself, and trying to stick with it, and or just sticking with it and doing that. Basically, doing what you say. I had to learn that shit on my own. Though. I didn't have no motherfucker
Yeah.
like this is how you do that. Woo, woo. And it's bad because there's so many young melanated men, young melanated boys that come from that shit, especially in our
Well,
town. And
yeah,
they,
you have to remember that the crack epidemic really, I don't think it said a lot. It really unraveled the fabric of the black family, so to speak. And I'm not using that as a crutch, but you're right. And living that and just surviving in that is traumatic. Like we get develop PTSD at 8, 9 years old, just hearing gunshots all day, hearing ambulances all day. All that shit is like that can drive, and we so used to it, it don't bother us. But when you go to a place that's quiet and peaceful, it's a big difference. But I'm sorry, go ahead. I
oh,
see what you're saying, but I was saying like it would be nice for you to get his story, like just talk to him, and as you get older, um, you probably would have that conversation because, my grandmother raised me, and my mother, had me early, and typical stuff. But my grandmother, and I think that's why we connected so well because your grandmother was a pertinent part of your life as well, you know. And so thank God we have those. But um, yeah, I just lost my train of thought. Go ahead. It's just really it's
no,
a
no,
lot.
because what you just said. I want to welcome Brother Cat onto the panel.
Salute.
I definitely want to get this out, man. Oh,
Okay.
what you said about the grandma, how intricate your grandma was, because yeah, I was close to my mom. I got a tattoo of my mom on my forearm, so that I'm real close to my mom. I mean, I don't know too many people that don't like their moms, right? I mean, because in our community, your mom is the backbone, right? The spine and all that shit,
Right. Right or
right?
wrong. Yep.
Facts, you know what I mean? But when you talk about my grandma, though, you
Oh
feel
my
me?
God.
That's that's like my air, though. You feel me? My grandma
Right.
was like that was my best friend. You feel me?
Yes.
She passed away like almost 10 years ago. So I've been having to deal with that shit for a long time. She didn't get to see me graduate college, but she saw me when I started it. You know what I mean?
She's
And we
still
talk
here
to the
with you.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I get that. I get that for sure. She is. But she plays such an part, intricate part
Mhm.
into my
Mhm.
growth as a man. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And for
Mhm.
those that be on social media, on that manosphere horse shit that say, you raised by women and you become more feminine. I had uncles and hella older cousins. Hella older cousins
Men have to be
who
nurtured. Mhm.
exactly, exactly. And I picked up a lot of masculine traits from my older cousins and uncles. You know what I mean? On how you gotta stay firm on your
Mhm.
beliefs and firm in your wordplay. So you don't it helps to have your father, but it really
Yes, it
helps
does.
to have just strong male role models in
Yep.
your life, whether it's your uncle or your older cousins. Because I used to watch my older cousins, and I used to learn from them the game, how they would utilize their mouthpiece when they talk to a woman and all this and that. Like, let me try that, or they'll tell you this. They'll give you all the game and comfort that you need that an older uh guiding person is supposed to do. You know what I mean? Whether it's
Mhm.
the father or your great granddad, if you will. Mine happen to be my uncles and my oldest cousins, if you will. Dude, anybody got anything to add on what we're talking about? Cab, you
Yeah,
got something to add, brother?
I got a little bit, bro, because I just got out my VA video conference call. As well other veterans, discussing their mental health and stuff like that. And just like y'all too, I was raised by my grandmother,
All
and
right, come through.
but it was a real healthy upbringing. But I didn't have no
Mhm.
male figures to teach me anything. So after I graduated high school and messed up my college, I had to join the Marines. And that's where I learned how to be a man. Now my mom was involved in my life as well. We lived in the same town, but just separate houses. Um, and so when I got out, you know, um, out the military, I just had this grudge against my dad, but I didn't hate him. He was a good man. I mean, I seen him maybe every 3 months, maybe 6 months, and his mother also stayed in the same town. Uh, when I heard, like, I'm his firstborn, when I heard the story about them, they took me to the child support court, and my dad was denying that I was his. But the judge, this is what they told me. The judge sat me on his panel and said, "No, he looked exactly like you, Mr. Taft." And so I heard that like in my late 20s. So I had a grudge, an extra grudge. But then I moved in with my dad, re reunited, reignited our relationship. It's been a whole lot better like 20 years ago. Um, but at the same time, I think he knew he messed up because I ain't have any man in my life. So I have to go to the man's military to learn how to be a man. So um, I can't talk too long, brother, because I gotta run to the warehouse. I gotta get a faucet because I just ran out of room. But if you're still on, I'll come back onto the panel, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. We still got some clips and shit to get through. I wanted to break them down. We just it's already getting deep. I'll put it
Yeah.
to you like it's getting deep.
All right, brother. I'll be listening in on you.
For sure, brother. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, Scorp. I was just going down the car. I wanna welcome everybody. Eve. Appreciate you, Gwen. I miss anybody. Chef Disaster. What's going on, bro? Natty, I think I did greet you. What's going on, Gwen? Uh, anybody else popped in? I know I saw a troll. I think it was a troll. I don't know if it was a troll or not, but they got their ass blocked because I don't know what the fuck they were saying. So, Amina, what's going on? Fellow sis, Lioness, what's going on? All right, I just wanted to make sure I got to everybody. The link is down there. Remember, no N words, brothers and sisters here. I believe we can have a healthy discussion about anything without assaulting each other. And I'm working on my mouth. I'm trying to work on my mouth myself. So uh, definitely anybody's welcome to come up. I think this is a great discussion. It's going to be a great show discussing these matters in our community because I think they really need to be talked about. And we really need to dive in them and we need to break down this this mental thing we got going. I don't want to say uh, it's illness. I would just say it's misplaced mental thought, a mental thought pattern. Because illness would just mean we're just ill, we're sick. I don't think we're sick. I just don't think that. Even like the brother said, he had some kind of feelings towards his pops, right? And I just feel like we, as people, as a tribe, we ain't really have an equal footing in having a great family structure. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's really fair to say that's just a mental illness. You know what I mean? I'm not making excuses or saying we victims and shit like that, but you gotta understand the household needs a mom and a father, a strong mom and a strong father that can have the necessary skills capable of raising a successful human being in society, and as well as a great tribe. I would love to know that the child that I have will be okay in this system, in this community, in the melanated community. I would love to know or be reassured or assured that my child, my daughter, or my son is going to be okay in the melanated community amongst older brothers and sisters, that they'll be taken care of, that they're not, nobody's going to cause harm to them. I understand we have our ills, if you will, amongst each other, and I'm not knocking that. But you got to understand, not every community is perfect. And if you only seen or knew behind closed doors how a lot of communities are, and me being from Cali, being raised in Cali, I've seen a lot of the shit. I've seen a lot of Hispanics go through the same shit that we go through. A lot of shit. And it's
Hey,
some
bro.
shit that, uh huh.
Yeah, I was saying, like, if there's anybody in your chat room, if you disconnected with your mom or dad and stuff, you're holding a grudge against them, I think the best thing to do is like give them one chance, have a sit down. If it doesn't work out, well, the best thing to do is just wash your hands and just let it go and move forward with your life. Because the more you hold that grudge, the more it's going to set you back in life. It's going to slow it up. So, uh, my dad, he's not a bad guy, and we worked it out, and we're good to go. But I just feel bad when there's sisters and brothers out there just have been misled, trying to find their happiness, trying to understand why their their parent wasn't in their life. And the tough thing you gotta do is you gotta swallow that hard pill. If they don't want you, they don't want nothing to do with you, swallow that pill and move on. And don't look back and build your life up. Um, I'm done, brother.
Facts. No, facts, brother. Facts. Queen, you got something you want to add?
Oh, I agree. I, I,
I,
I I think it's a story behind everything. And a lot of times, once we get the story as to why, or even just as why, and once you get it, it can bring you a lot of closure or whatever, peace. But go ahead, I'm a mute up.
no, you guys bring in a great point because I think as an adult, for me, I think having a conversation with my father about the type of man I became, and I don't think I've become like as great as I could be or should be, especially in society. But I'm always gonna strive, and just hearing that from your father, saying that you was always a hustler, you always did for yourself and shit like that. What you really want to say is like, it wasn't no thanks to you. I did this shit in the motherfucking environment I lived in, which was crazy, right? But at the same time, you like, yeah, this is my father. You know what I mean? This is the one that brought you into this world. You know what I mean? I don't mean physically, your mom bring you in the world, but this is the one that, had contributed into your being on earth. You know what I mean? So I think that your connection with your parents, it matters so much, and I don't think that we truly understand. You know what I mean? And for people that do have great relationships with their mothers and their fathers, consider yourself very lucky. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us didn't have the opportunity to have great relationships with their fathers or even their mothers. Because there's some people out there that might not even like their moms, which is crazy, right? Because where we come from, the mom is that's it, that's your backbone, as well as your grandma. So, and I'm not doing this to say that there's not brothers that don't raise their children, because in this generation you see a lot of young fathers. A lot of my cousins are young fathers. They didn't start off as great fathers. They were doing a lot of crazy shit. But they're great fathers now, and they raise their children. They're deeply in their children's lives. Um, there's no booklet to this shit. There's no pamphlet for this shit. And I'm not making excuses for dead absence parents, fathers or mothers, because there's some mothers that are absent too in children's lives. I'm not making excuses for that. But what I'm saying is we don't know what contributed to a lot of these people, like what Scorpio was saying a couple minutes ago. We don't know how their upbringing was. Like my dad didn't have a dad, so I don't know what the fuck happened to him. But what we don't want to do is turn around and do that shit to our kids and treat your kids how you got treated. You know what I mean? When you was coming up, I couldn't imagine doing anything like that.
You know what's helped me in life? And it's a saying, when you know better, you do better. And sometimes they just didn't know. They did what they could with what they had. So if you wasn't taught something, and that was just for me, and that's just not that's what apply everything in life or to everybody. Like you can't hold somebody accountable for something they have. You know what I'm saying? So that helped me with relationships in my family. But yeah, I'm listening.
Definitely. I want to add to that. What Brother Cap said about you don't want to hold shit against your father, your mother, and shit like that. I think we got to understand when we're dealing with mental health, how important it is. What I said earlier to get the release, right? And I think when I became an adult and I told my pops what I wanted to say, and I got everything off my motherfucking chest or what I wanted to get out. I think I felt better, and I don't think we understand how better you will become, how relieved it makes you to say the things that you want to say to your mom or your mom, your mom or your dad, excuse me, or even a grandparent. And this would go for if you're a mother and maybe you didn't have a good relationship with your mom. It helps to talk. It helps to get to the roots of your problems versus keeping it bottled up because it comes out passive in a passive aggressive way, real violent way. It comes out in different, all kinds of way. People manifest their anger in strange, even deranged ways. It could be bizarre. It could be disturbing. Some people kill animals. Some people abuse their girlfriend or their boyfriend because of how they fucking grew up, and they think that's okay. All that has to do with mental health.
I agree. Yes.
Anybody got something to add?
Generational curses. Yep.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna play this clip. So we can get back into it. We can break it down. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for coming. Anybody I didn't greet, my apologies. My apologies. We'll check this clip out.
There is a search for answers today in the shocking death of former Miss USA Chesley Christ. She was only 30 years old. The end came for Chesley here at this 60-story luxury high-rise in Midtown Manhattan. Reports say Christ was last seen alive on the 29th floor terrace alone, and it is believed she jumped to her death. Authorities say she left behind a note, leaving everything to her mother. North Carolina. Chesley was crowned Miss USA in 2019, dazzling the nation with her beauty as well as brains. She has a law degree from Wake Forest. Moments after she won, she spoke to Inside Edition.
I'm so excited. It's really surreal. I still can't believe it happened.
Chesley's victory made pageant history. For the first time, 3 black women held the titles of Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and Miss America in the same year.
It's really exciting. I can't believe it. I think it would be exciting as an onlooker, but it's even more thrilling to actually be 1/3 of that sort of trifecta.
In a haunting last Instagram posted the morning of her death, she wrote, "May this day bring you rest and peace," with a heart emoji. Gail King choked up with emotion this morning.
Nobody saw this coming, and this is what's so upsetting to me. How do you know to offer someone help if you don't know they need the help? That's why this is hitting me so hard.
She was friends with current Miss USA, Elle Smith.
How shocking was this for you?
It's shocking, not only because of the way in which she died, but it's because she was such a light that you would have never expected this to happen.
No motive for the suicide was known, but in a 2018 interview, she spoke about mental health.
I do a lot to make sure that I maintain my mental health. And the most important thing that I did is talk to a counselor.
Her heartbroken family released this statement. Her great light was one that inspired others around the world with her beauty and strength. Chesley embodied love and served others. A promising young life gone too soon.
What does everybody think about that?
That's sad. Really sad. I mean, how do you help somebody and you don't know they're hurting? That's deep.
I mean, that sister had everything, right? I mean, all the education in the world. I believe she was a lawyer or studying to be a lawyer. She was beautiful, of course, so she won that pageant. Very beautiful sister. I believe she was an athlete too. I believe she was an athlete. And this, to me, when I first was hearing about her accolades and hearing about everything she accomplished, the first thing I thought was, wow, what a toll your mental went under to do all that shit. How laser focused was Chesley, I believe her name, Chesley, Chris, I believe. You know, and my deepest condolences to her family. I definitely, if anybody comes across this and think that I'm trying to benefit off any of this, no, that's not it. I definitely want to pay my respects to Chesley, Chris. I believe I'm saying her name right, because I definitely think that her passing for us as melanated people, especially in a community where we don't discuss a lot of mental health. It's like we're kind of afraid to talk about this shit. It's like we get, it's like we could talk about everything else. We could talk about fucking, we could talk about all kinds of shit. We could beef with each other on here. But when it comes to talking about our mental health and what it's under, right? Nobody wants to have a conversation like that, and nobody wants to be serious. And to me, when a person, and it's cool because I love fucking too. I think we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for fucking. I think it when you can find somebody you mesh with, that's cool. Make sure you protect yourself though. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I feel like you only have one goof side and not a serious side, I feel like that causes for some concerns because I don't associate being an adult and being grown with money in bags. I don't feel like because you have the flyest whip in the world that you've grown. I don't feel like because you have a bank account full of money that you're grown and you're adult. I believe it's in the decisions that you make and how you carry yourself as a grown person. I don't. There's nothing wrong with having fun, but if you don't have a serious side to you too, I'm going to be scratching my head on what kind of person you are. And if you tell me you have kids, I'm going to be squinting my eyes like, what the fuck is going on? Because all I get is goofy shit from you. You can never be serious. You can never have a serious conversation. And I might, to a lot of people, even real life, might come across as too serious, right? But I'm goofy. I'm a goofy motherfucker. I can laugh at myself. I do stupid shit, and laughter. We all know laughter is part of healing. It's part of life, right? Laughter feels good. You feel good. You watch a Chris Tucker film or whatever, wherever the fuck Mike Epps in. You get your chuckles. You feel hella good, right? But when it comes to certain conversations and certain topics, I feel you gotta have a certain you have to have a certain maturity for that shit. You know what I mean? That's another reason why there's a lot of motherfuckers I don't listen to on social media. You know, I don't want to get off topic and shit. Hold on, right quick. Somebody's in the back, I believe. Okay. What's going on, Realers?
What up, bro? What up? Peace to you. Respect to you. Scorp,
Man,
Caps, how y'all doing?
respect, brother. You got
Yeah,
something you want
I just want
to add?
yeah,
Oh, go ahead, bro.
yeah, I just wanted to go back to what Scorp said because you made a good point. You just said, how do you know if somebody is hurting? Because, you don't know what people are going through because, I think it got a lot to do with people don't even like to talk about the type of stuff they dealing with behind the scenes. Like for instance, some people might look at it like, everybody is going through something. So I don't even want to burden myself. I don't even want to burden them by telling them, yo, my day yesterday, I'm just in a downward spiral just off of somebody, I grew up with just passed away. Like people, like in this day and age, like I actually, it always been like that. People are scared to even speak on mental health in general. You know what I'm saying? And it's it's so serious that after a while, people really do seek out professional help. And some people don't even want to do that because you do feel kind of silly talking about certain things that you're going through. You know what I mean? Because you feel crazy. You feel like that person is looking at you like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And of course, not everybody is ignorant like that. Like if I ever come across somebody who needs somebody to talk to, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna listen. But it's so deep, and it's going to show you could really have it all, and you just still you're never gonna know what somebody is really going through based off of the fact that they just, sometimes they scared to share.
Right.
That's a
And,
fact.
and I didn't mean to cut you off, Queen. I want to add, we have to create spaces not only in social media but real life, man, and not be awkward as fuck
Mm-hmm.
to talk about this real shit. Because how many of us in real life go days, just go on within life. You just progress in life, and you never ask your sister or your brother, the people that you grew up with, how are you doing, bro? Like, are you okay, sis? Woo, woo. You know,
Hmm.
your mom or your auntie just ask them how you doing mentally without it being a movie, without it being such a big event and shit. Because we treat this shit for us. Because other nations, particularly the Caucasian nation, they do that shit. They make sure that they mental is in check. That's why they have game nights, checker nights, and Jenga nights, is to keep themselves mentally intact. And I'm not saying that they um, do something better than us. I'm not making it like that. I'm not trying to make some little war out of what I'm saying is that we have to find a way to conversate with each other on a serious basis where we can see how we really feel. Because I know I have my days. I would be lying if I didn't say, oh, I didn't have my days. I have days where, yeah, I'm depressed as fuck. Where I just don't want to talk to nobody. And it's not all the time, but it's just like you're just depressed. You just want to be by yourself. And I'm always man enough to keep shit real and shit. I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, that's not right." I know it's not right, but I'm man enough to come out and just say, "Yeah, I have my days too." As a human being, as a melanated man, I do have my fucking days. You know, a lot of people can't admit that. A lot of people can't, say that because they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to feel like, they don't want to be looked upon as weak, if you will, particularly in our
I agree. I agree. And the unfortunate part is that the people she left behind have to suffer. So it's just sad all the way around.
facts. And I think it was sadder is how happy that sister looked doing her interviews, and because I seen a few clips from her, and she's a very intriguing person. She's very energetic. She seems like a social butterfly. So
Hmm.
to see her, commit suicide, and it's just like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, woman, you are an attorney. You got your masters and shit. Pretty. You won the pageant and shit. You're beautiful. You well spoken. I mean, what could be the fucking problem that
Right, right.
that had her? I mean, they said that she, or I think she said or alluded to, she didn't want to get older. So once she hit 30, I guess she was like, it's over. She hit the wall. I guess that's what she's thinking, and maybe that contributed to her doing what she did. But in my opinion, I'm like, dude, you shattered anything that I could do in my lifetime. Everything you did, like you did all that before 30 or at 30. Like as soon as you hit 30, you accomplished all that shit. That would cause for a celebration. You know what I mean? So I don't know what kind of space this sister was at to do that and have them kind of thoughts where you would want to do that to yourself. That shit is mind blowing to me. It's mind boggling.
Hmm. Yeah. Like I think if if we, like you said, going back to what you just said, Don, like if we could create a space where people feel comfortable to talk about that type of thing, because you never know. On a daily basis, we ask people that all the time, how you doing? How's everything with you? You know what the cliche answer gonna be. I'm out here getting this money. I'm good, baby. Everything's straight. But you could look at them sometimes. You could look at folks sometimes and tell they ain't really doing all that great. You know what I'm saying? But it's on them to speak about it. But once again, people, you just never know because people, we not, especially black folk, we don't really touch on that type of thing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's impossible, but a lot of folk that we know probably got appointments right now to speak to a therapist just to get some shit off their chest. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And
And we,
a lot of times people use it as a weapon against you. So some people
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't trust enough to share, you know.
that's sad. That's some sad shit.
Excellent point, Squirt, because you see that shit, everything you just said, you see that shit where? On social media. You see a lot of
Oh
people
my gosh,
get,
yes.
you see a lot of people getting ammunition, and they like, oh, well, you had this threesome with this, and you sucked off that YouTuber.
Mhm.
Boy. I'm like, bruh, but they told you that in confidence, G. Why do you
Strictest
have
of
to go? For real, and to me, it's just like, so now we get more on the male side because I see a lot of pussy ass males doing that shit and behaving like males. You know what I mean? Like most when I was coming up, most men, they didn't want the whole world looking at they bra. You know what I mean? If you get a titty
Right.
pic or whatever kind of pic, you wasn't showing it to the internet. You wasn't like, oh, that's her. Woo woo. These motherfuckers hold this shit against women on here, and they use that shit. I just never seen that shit. I never seen the benefit of just being a dirtbag like that because it just doesn't have no benefits. It wouldn't benefit me on no kind of level. I feel like shit personally because she gave me this picture. She disclosed information with me. It wasn't meant for the whole world to hear that shit. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand why us as people, why we do that shit to each other, why we use our most intimate shit that we disclose with people to destroy our own people for that matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the part of the mental illness, maybe. I don't know, but your own people will tear you down quicker than other people. I'll say that. I mean, that's
And that's why
mental illness or Jim Crow. I don't know.
that's a fact. That's why black people don't speak on that type of thing because just take a look at YouTube, going back to, people on social media taking ammunition just to tear folks down. And then the worst part about it, they might not even want to tear that person down because they don't like them. Maybe they want to tear that person down just to entertain motherfuckers.
That's a
Fact.
fact. And to get cash apps. Yep.
Just for that. Just for that. You know? You
And
see it
people
every
pay for that too. They be
Yeah.
donating like a mug.
Hell yeah.
Crazy.
They'll drop that little $20 off in the Cash App just to see somebody's business get spilled out, and now the whole chat full of 50 people know that this person done did this and did that, and now maybe they feel a type of way because their business is out there. So maybe now any type of depression or mental health issues they had is even worse now. Maybe they considering really taking their goddamn life now.
Right. It turned into homicidal thoughts.
For
It
real.
really, because like, I mean, because it happened. I'm speaking on experience. I never doxed anybody on here. None of
Right.
that. But, you know, being doxed and then, by black people, of course, but they take it a step further. I'm putting you on the dark web. Like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, that's how you feel? Like, over some words, but it be your own people. But I don't know. It's mental illness, so I think that's the root of it. You know, insane.
It
It's hard.
definitely is. It definitely. I think, but I don't think like when you look at just the history of our community and how it was structured and how it was formed, there was never no uh discussion on how you supposed to treat one another. I mean, I'm assuming back in the day, slaves got it. We just wanted to get away from massa and shit. I think I get that much, but I still don't think that we fully respected each other. I think we use and abuse each other. That's what I think. I think we use each other to get where we need to get to. I think a lot of the slaves were using each other just to get away from master. I don't really think that they respected each other and understood each other's plight like we should. I think I'm just trying to figure it out because it's always a beginning to some shit. It's always a place of beginning. It's always a place where this shit started, and it's gonna be a place where this shit ends eventually. It's gonna have to end because you can't keep just doing this shit forever. At some point,
It,
mhm,
mhm.
go ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just going to add on to what you said because during the civil rights and up into the 70s, it kind of turned around, but it's like it just did a whole reverted back to what you were saying, like the Jim Crow tactics or whatever, scared you're gonna get off the plantation before they do type of stuff.
No.
Mhm.
That crabs in the barrel mentality, I think they call it, where they don't want to see
Right.
you uh
Yeah.
get anywhere. They want you to be where they at, so they keep pulling you down and pulling you down, and that's
That's a
uh
sickness.
yeah, that's a mental illness right there to me.
Yeah.
That's when people say crabs in the barrel, what comes to my mind is mental illness because I couldn't imagine keeping my people or keeping a melanated person from achieving greatness. Why would you want them not to get in the community like the death of Nip Hustle hurt so bad? And I think about crabs in the barrel when I think about that. Why the fuck in anybody's right mind, they sane, mentally healthy mind, would you want to kill that man? When you see
Young
the shit
Dolph
that
too.
what he did for his town, how respected this man is, you assassinate him. Like what the fuck? Like he created jobs for his people, for melanated people. He ain't just giving them to other nations. He was giving them to people that were getting out of prison and all that shit. And then you just fucking somebody just comes up and just kills him. I don't
Look at
even
young
understand.
Dolph, the boy that killed him. Got him.
Facts.
He can't even get a lawyer. Like you, like
Mm.
it's sad. With over hate or whatever it's behind. Like the hate be so real. Like it's like a disease. This hate. I think Boosie said it. People hypnotized by hate, and that's so real. But yeah, the guy that killed Nipsey, like if he even did it, I don't know. It was just weird. I don't know. Nobody
That
said anything else.
yeah, that jealousy manifests itself into hate. So it could be, oh, why he doing that, man? I came from the same gang he come from. Why he make it and I didn't make it? Then it starts turning into hate. Well, I'm gonna do something to him. I'm gonna kill his ass because I come from the same shit and I feel like I should be on top. Like
Your
that's
own
mental. That
city. Right. You
facts.
get killed in your own city. You putting your whole city on the map or whatever. And like it's like what is it behind? What do y'all think?
Jealousy. Everything you said, jealousy and not having what the next man got. I mean, who the fuck didn't want to have what Nip had? You know what I mean? But the thing is, why real brothers get motivated, other brothers that feel like, oh, it should just be mine, and that's where the crabs in the barrel come in. They feel like just killing them and Xing them off is gonna do something, bro. Do you know what you just killed? Do you know what you just killed? You killed somebody that was established doing shit for his community. When people cry, bitch, and moan, and they say, "Oh, he ain't doing nothing for your community," here's somebody that was doing that shit. As some people might say, well, he was destroying the community by gangbanging and whatnot. Bro, I'm pretty sure you're not Jesus Christ, bro. I'm sure you're not perfect. I'm sure your shit stinks like every motherfucking else bodies. You know what I mean? I'm sure that motherfucker smells and all that shit. You know what I mean? Just like everybody else. I hate
Well,
when
he
people do
killed a
that.
dream.
For real. I hate when people get on these self-righteous preaching some shit that they don't even fucking do shit when you know that you wouldn't do half of the shit. You know, if you made it and became famous, you wouldn't even be in your hood. You would be like, oh, I ain't from that hood. I'm gonna be with I'm gonna be with Jay-Z, chilling. Here's a dude. Here's a brother, Nip, who stayed in his hood, shot videos in his hood, became famous, became rich, and still was in his hood giving back to his community. There's a lot of people that can't do that. There's a lot of people that feel like they don't have to do that because, oh, look what happened to Nip. I ain't gonna do that. Takes a lot of guts to do what he did, man. It takes a lot of guts to do that. He didn't have to do that.
That's a fact.
It's sad the lot is abandoned and boarded up. Like it's really messed up. Just sitting there abandoned. So all that his dream was killed to me. Over what? I guess because of the snitch word. Like that don't even. That's crazy. I think it's bigger than that, but yeah.
Yeah, it make people not even wanna, they see that situation what happened with Nipsey trying to do the right thing, make other people be like, listen, man, I know I want to do good for my community, but you see that shit that happened in Nip, man, I ain't even gonna try that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people who probably want to do, follow suit, and maybe they want to help their community, but Boosie said this a long time ago on Vlad TV. Like a lot of these dudes get killed in their city because like maybe they want to be the one to help their community. Not even for the reason that person did. That person want to do it because it was coming from their heart. But some people want to do it just because they want to be praised and respected. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even necessarily care about the people in the community. They just want the credit. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different ways to look at it. But at the end of the
That's
day,
deep.
it's crazy, man.
Facts. And I think we have to get out of that mentality too, man. I think don't think just because somebody in your town made it that you can't make it. I don't know why we can't just feel proud or just be happy for somebody that made it. You know what I mean? I tell a lot of brothers like when they get deals or they getting a certain level of success and they're doing something really good, I say, man, I'm proud of you. Same with sisters. Why? Because you're doing it. I see somebody, see a vision of myself, another melanated being doing some shit, get into some money and get into some success or some kind of progress and shit without having mental health affect them and shit and them being haters and fucking just miserable all the goddamn time and negative all the goddamn time, you know?
That's a fact.
Mental illness.
Yeah. It go back to mental illness in a lot of these situations.
Jim Crow is those tactics are engraved in us so much to where white supremacists can kick back and just, you know, they don't have to do really anything. We do it to ourselves,
Ain't that a bitch?
honestly.
Ain't that
Yeah.
some shit? That's terrible. Like somebody I'm subscribed to had spoke on something pertaining to, blacks hurting blacks, and it was like, listen, like it's bad. Ain't it bad enough that the white folk get a kick out of it? Like, we making it easier for them. Nobody don't think about it that way. They be sitting there laughing at us. They be laughing,
You
relishing at the
know it.
going on. That's crazy.
Memes and all kind of stuff. How many police officers been busted emailing, you know, just
Crazy ass shit.
videos of us just acting a fool, just doing too much. Always gotta
Mhm.
entertain. And that's what the hell YouTube done turned into entertainment. You see people shucking and jiving for them cash apps and tap dancing on the live and shit with their goddamn cuts out. It's just like, wow, this shit is crazy. There's so much information that could be passed on. Like this is a good topic, mental illness, and not
Hmm.
even in just our community, just in period. Like generational curses, Jim Crow. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. But yeah,
But
Yeah,
definitely, I think we should. I think there should be a series. Real shit. I think we should come here once a month and just have a mental illness or mental health check, part two, part three, part four. Just talk about how
that's
everybody's
dope.
day, how everybody's day going. And I think it. And like I said, the link is in there if anybody needs the link and talk about really what's on your mind. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, when I do a video or a stream and it's about a certain topic, I usually I want to stay to that topic. But we talking about health, mental health, and your well being and your mental health, which means your day to day. Let's say you work all day, you work all the time, you never really get time to get out and really speak, or you might be afraid to speak because in our community we're not making it these spaces friendly. We're not making it where if you feel comfortable talking about shit. Me, I don't give a fuck. Not because it's my channel, but I don't. There's nothing anybody could judge me on. You know what I mean? I'm real with my shit. I'm real with me. So everything you could try and use it against me, but it's not gonna work. Um, I'm a bigger person than that. But I feel like other people that might have a fear of saying, "Oh, this shit happened to me," woo, woo, woo. Hey, I wanna create that space too. I wanna do shit like this, and I wanna do more informational shit like we did last year with the Black Panther shit when we was in the town. We did a town theme show. That was such a beautiful show. Scorpion, I think Realist was there. Forgot
yeah,
who else was there. Shakima was there. Such a beautiful show, right? And it was all information, real shit. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
I think probably once a month, we should come together. Everybody, anybody could come up here. It doesn't matter what nation you are, and talk about your mental health. Have a discussion. This is not therapy. I'm not a therapist. I'm none of that. I just think it's healthy to to get on this motherfucker. This is what these devices were really meant for. To reach out and talk to people
Hmm.
and be social on the media. That's what social media is. We're being social and we're on the media, you know? I don't think we should shy from that and be like, oh, I'm not gonna take this shit serious or do any of that. But look, man, you get out what you put in. If you want to make this shit a pleasant experience, an enjoyable experience, and you want to learn some shit, put that shit in. Anybody can come in here, say they shit, say what's on your mind, and express yourself. You ain't gonna be judged because I don't feel like there's no place to be. There's no place for judgment. I can't judge nobody, and I'm pretty sure nobody else on here can judge anybody. So it's
That's a fact.
definitely I definitely want it to be a safe place. You know what I mean? I want people to understand that you can talk. I know it's not a big channel, so I know a lot of people don't give a fuck. But just know, when you come on here, you're not gonna get attacked or any of that shit. Um, and if you, like I said, if you want shit to just be left on YouTube, it can be left on YouTube. It's really up to you. The whole purpose of I think our tribe, or which would be our community, our neighborhoods, and discussing this shit is to just to get a better understanding of how the intertwines tickings in the brain, how we tick in the brain. You know what I mean? How I think of shit, how Score think of shit, Realist and Cap, how y'all think about shit, and you can express your shit. I forgot what Cap was talking about the other time we was here, and he was talking about. I think he was talking about how people um just wasn't talking to him in his life or calling him and checking up on him and shit like that. I feel like
Yeah, I
this would be
remember.
a yeah. So this would be a perfect place for people to get that out, man. And what really You know what I mean? What you missing in life and shit. Definitely. Go ahead. I don't want to be long winded and shit.
Nah, that's dope. That's a real dope idea right there, Dome. Because you know the thing about it, the thing that's so productive about that idea is that on social media, we everybody come from different walks of life, but that's like the one thing that everybody can relate to. You know what I'm saying? That's dope.
Yeah, and I say once a month because I don't want to be excessive with it, annoying with it and shit. I don't want to make it a big ass thing, but I think at least once a month for us being on the internet and shit, I feel like that'll be cool. You know what I mean? I think the next month, I think a lot of people will have a lot of shit they would they want to unload. You know, I feel like social media is the best place for that because
Hmm.
I know a lot of people's mate don't want to hear them when they get home for work and shit and blah, blah, blah. I think that's what social media could come in. You know, we could have this beautiful, engaging discuss discussion on these ideas and these things that we got going in our head. You know what I mean? And how our community is structured. You know what I mean? I think we got to be more welcoming with the idea of seeing the change in our community. This shit probably would have never happened years ago. People would be like, "Nah, I ain't gonna talk about this shit," but it's like, yeah, we got to talk about this shit because I got some more clips too.
Nah, that's a
Anybody else?
fact. That's a fact right there. And you know, it just go to show that it's such a good idea because you see so much of the fuckery on social media that people forget real quick that it could be used for something that's so productive. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about, man. Now you get it. Now you get what I'm saying. We can actually, and I'm not saying that we're professional. I'm a professional. Anybody's only a professional. What I'm
Right.
saying is, social media was meant for what? To be social on media. So I don't see why we couldn't have a civilized, mature conversation on some real ass shit on our health and how our day is going. You know, sisters or brothers, anybody welcome to come up. Like I said.
I think that's dope.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I see no reason why that can't work because, like I say, everybody's different. You know, everybody got different aspects. You know, everybody got different point of views they could bring to the table. You know, but at the end of the day, that's one thing that people can relate to, at least to some degree. So that is dope. That's fine.
Yeah, this damn or dang inflation is anybody else feeling the crunch? Jeez. Oh no, we talking about mental health, but that's causing mental health over here. But I'm sorry. Let me go back on mute. Lord, well, yeah, whatever.
You
I think
you
that's a
ain't
good
playing.
idea. It's a definitely a safe space, and people that usually come over here real serious and not trolls. So I think it's dope. Thank you.
Yeah, I like to
Yeah,
suggest if you can find your a group, that you could attend to, and don't feel embarrassed. Just go in there with an open mind, saying that you're there to heal yourself, and it may take a little time for you to open up. They're not gonna force you, but eventually, when we start hearing stories from other folks, and it may have some relations to it, it might help you start warming up to speak about your mental health. And mine, I mean, my group is like for combat veterans, and how can we try to get people to understand how we think, how we do this, how we move in life, how be able to attain a relationship with a romantic one, or maybe with your family members or just friends. But man, at least one time in my life, I would like to get married. I really do. But man, I've been going through failed relationships after failed relationships because it's like you trying to change me, but you can't. I'm not trying to change you. I'm just trying to make you aware of certain things in life that uh that can benefit you. But you trying to change me to me back to like to being a civilian again. I can't not go back to that. It's hard to. I'm very unable to. So all you gotta do is listen to me and work with me, like I work with you. And so
Salute for your service.
Salute
also,
to your service, brother.
it's all
Definitely.
right. I signed the contract. I needed I needed a life, but I appreciate it.
My
But
son went to the military too, and I must say that it does produce a lot of mental illness. The stress. So
yeah, it's from the stress. But it's good stress.
yeah,
You got bad stress. You got good stress.
yeah, because everybody can't handle it. It's a lot of yeah. So that's an important topic. Yes.
Because brother Dome knows how I talk. I know I'm being clean on here on the panel, but other than that, I'm very dirty mouth. I'm filthy mouth like a mug, like a mug. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, you ain't the only one.
Hey, I'm on my good behavior today, man. I feel like
I,
I was pretty good. I didn't have my potty mouth today.
yeah, I'm trying to help you out myself, man. Because I get on here,
I,
I just totally forget that I'm cussing.
yeah, I mean that, but that's good though, G, because that mean you be you. That mean you real, dog. You're not trying to fake for nobody. The only reason why I want to clean my shit up when I get on my shit sometimes is because I want my point to get across. And I think sometimes when I curse a lot and I go in, people probably get mixed up. They probably like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? So I wanted to get through people's heads, you know what I mean, and get to it. Plus, we talking about mental illness, and I want people to
Yeah,
know that it's a serious issue, especially in this community because we don't dive into the shit like we should.
yeah. Because for a long time, I was very embarrassed when I heard other veterans say, "You got some issues." I said, "No, I fucking don't." I said, "No, man, you do. You need to get to a." And so I was embarrassed, when I got to when I finally went ahead and went to the VA and I sat back and listened to everybody else talk. I said, "Oh, I'm not in this situation by myself then." Because I'm thinking my issues is my issues, and everybody else got theirs. But now we all got the same issues, and so it's just a matter of time you find the courage to go ahead and just share it. You feel a whole lot better.
Bro, you ain't never lied, man, because like I said, that conversation I had with my pops, bro,
Yeah.
that let me know that I was a man at that point because I'm telling them shit that when I was coming up, I was like, this how I felt, G. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But it ain't, nobody can make me feel like any kind of way. Nobody can I don't feel like no woman or man can take my manhood away. You can't do anything to get me down or none of that shit because I won't allow it. If you know what I've been through, you will know that shit, this is rare. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
People people that survive the shit I've been through, they become addicts. They eventually die. They become severely mentally ill, and that they'll be on the street corners just crazy. So the fact that I'm standing and I'm trying my best to do something, contribute to my community. I'm not gonna say I'm trying to save the community. I just want to see a change in our culture. I want to see a upgrade in our culture. That's it. I'm not trying. I'm not a savior. I'm not YouTube famous. I'm not any of this shit. What I want to see is more mature dialogue. I want to see this goofy ass fucking shit where people get on, panels and they fighting all goddamn day and shit like that. I'm not trying to do that shit. I want to see us have the same discussion that we're having now. I would love to see a variety of people, though. I would love to see a variety of brothers and sisters come up and get a story and talk and engage because, like I said, this is a cool space. I feel like I created a okay space for for brothers and sisters to talk and be able to hop on a panel and conversate. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Yeah,
I'm cool with the same lions that's on here, man. Real is always important, and Cap and Chef, y'all always show up. I'm good with the lions, man. You know what I mean? Y'all always show love and support, and everybody
that's
that I mentioned that come up because I think Jack Newtown been up here too a couple times, so I appreciate that.
yeah.
It's like I
My thing is
said,
just
man.
don't be in. Brother.
Now I just gonna say, it's like you said, like, when you talking on some real stuff and you talking about some stuff that's like at least 85% relatable, then of course it's gonna always work out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for instance, we were speaking on mental health today. A lot of, like, how many people in the world can't relate to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all come from different walks of life, done been through our own shit, but that's the one thing everybody can have an opinion on, because we either done seen it or done dealt with it face to face. Some people still dealing with it, you know?
Facts, facts.
Yeah. What's sad is, man, it's like I can reach out to certain brothers, certain brothers, certain sisters. I can definitely reach out to my Marine buddies, like I need somebody to talk to. Sorry about that. But
Oh, it's good, bro.
yeah, you gotta find those you on the same ground, not the type that they flip flop. They feel how you feel and then they go against you. I, I said, no, don't do that, man. I'm being very honest, very opening, and showing self accountability. And then you're gonna try to rub it back in my face like that. Now, so once they rub it back in your face, let them go. Let them go, man. Cause they just really I said, you just tell them you need some damn help your damn self. I'm in help. I thought maybe we were cool and you throwing things back in my face. I said, no, that's not constructive.
Yeah, that might not be the group for you. That might not be the group for you, man. You might have to find another group of brothers, man, to fuck with, man. That might not be the group for you. Shit,
Oh,
cause this is my thing. I don't feel like anybody should be discouraged in their truth. This is the
nah.
reason why we got so many fake motherfuckers, because
Mm,
motherfuckers get discouraged in telling the truth.
mm,
Particularly you see, like I said, you see it a lot with women, and when on here, what I'm talking about, even in real life, I guess, because when if a woman fuck on too many dudes, I guess on here, then oh, you're a hoe, you're a whore, you're a hoe, but it's like, why are you discouraging that person from them being them? If they want to be a hoe, then they gonna be a hoe. I'm more. I'm no, I'm dead ass because I'm more.
I hear you.
I feel like when they own the shit, I'm like, I'm surprised that you owning that shit because some people hide it and they say, no, I don't do this and that. But I'm like, I can't really be mad at this woman for saying, hey, this is what she like doing. She likes to get fucked so many times a day. That's her. I mean, can you hate that though? Because a lot of people lying saying they don't do this, they don't do that. But at least she coming out saying that shit. I respect more truth and honesty than anything versus somebody just telling me something that I want to hear. That's real shit. That's just my opinion though.
That's a
That's
fact.
just my opinion.
That's the right opinion too, man. I mean, like, if I'm willing to, there are guys who have seen a lot of crazy shit in the war, and they hold that shit to themselves to their grave. They be too afraid to share with their kids, their girlfriends, their wives, and stuff like that. But me, I like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna let you know what I saw and how it really affected me. Some way I'm not holding the shit in, because all it's doing is eating me up. You know,
Mm.
I want to know how I am. I'm not gonna lie. That's all you do. Just uh, hang around with me and see how I am. But but I'm a solitude person, which I really don't like. It's not by choice, but it's for my mental preservation because I get tired some Hebrew sisters, being all righteous and shit, but then they quick to judge you on how you handle things and stuff. Yeah, it takes a lot of patience, man, to find the right person, the right people, a right group that you want to shoot the shit with.
Facts, bro. That's why I enjoy you brothers, man, coming and always support my shit, man, because y'all make it easy to just to stay yourself, man. I don't have to fake it, not just because it's my channel, but because, I know how Cap is, he like me. We got potty mouths, you know what I mean? Realist is always dropping some knowledge and shit. So it's cool. It makes you uh, enjoy the environment that you in and enjoy the conversations and shit, and you can keep adding on real shit in the conversation.
Yeah, it definitely makes you appreciate it, because I mean, we talk about it all the time. Little side note, when you look at a lot of other panels that's going on, everybody's just so focused on entertaining the people who they got in the chat that they willing to just touch on anything. And what happens with that, there's no line drawn. So the disrespect, the violation is gonna come in, and then you talking about a whole shit show just for donations and trying to get more clicks and numbers. But what the fuck happened to just just speaking some real shit and enjoying the folk that you got around you? That was the type of stuff I was always on.
Facts, brother. Facts.
Yeah.
That's how it is, man. I make my life an open book. I'm not ashamed. I'm ashamed of what I did in the past, but hey, I'm owning up to it, and I'm not the same how I used to be. I never. One thing I say for sure, I never screw nobody over as much as I get screwed over. So, if I say something wrong about somebody, so let's talk about it. And if I'm wrong, I will own up to it and apologize. There's no shame about apologizing, but just don't do it. Just don't fall for a person that little word salad they were trying to get you to a mental game to make you apologize. Now, if you think you're right, stick with
it. Right.
Yeah, man. Because a lot of people there's people that I know, we talk about brother, the certain individual. She don't hold no accountability to herself, but she got people fooled on who she is. And so I've spoken to her, man. I said, man, I'll give up. Man. You make me seem like I'm the bad person, but I'm telling you the damn truth. Everything.
Definitely. Hey, brothers, I got these clips I wanted to play for y'all. I would love y'all opinion on it after we see them, if that's cool with y'all.
Go for it.
I want to play these two clips, man. Let me know what y'all think about it after. Check them out. Fair use, YouTube.
Family prayer? Yeah. Okay, well, let us pray. Who's first? Okay, go ahead, Jeffrey.
He is a character in his own self.
All the way around, just very special.
He's just my miracle child. And I treated him like he was a miracle and that he was loved every single day. The only thing that he ever said he wanted to be since he was a small child, a superhero.
He loved dressing in costumes. He'll come out wearing a Batman mask and Superman cape.
I can remember that day like it was yesterday.
How could this happen?
It was incomprehensible to me.
A lot of parents are burying their children.
People always say black people don't do that. Yes, here's a picture.
Pay attention, something's happening here.
We need to respond expeditiously because people are dying.
I don't think sometimes the kids understand there's no coming back from this.
By what age do young people fully understand what it means to die by suicide?
That is something that's gonna always stay with me to the day I die. Hear my baby cry out to me because I was a different crop.
Shout out to my family. I love you, Mama. I love you, Daddy. Mwah.
The family this morning. A new study published in the Journal of the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry shows that suicide rates of black children and teens is steadily rising. Now, Lauren Carson is the executive director and founder of a group called Black Girls Smile, an organization focusing on black female mental health awareness. She says there are two main factors behind this rise in these troubling numbers. The first is adultification. She says black girls are being treated more as adults than teens. And the second, violence and trauma.
These are things that impact our mental health and well-being and can definitely lead to warning signs and risk factors associated with suicidal behavior.
Now, to reverse the statistics, Lauren says there needs to be a conscious effort from adults who work with black children, like teachers and mentors, to better understand and recognize the warning signs and symptoms of mental health difficulties. All right, it's 6.
All right.
Yeah, it's sad is seeing a lot more young black kids committing suicide, which is not regular in our community. If it's possible, if you gotta go to a group, I mean, you might have to do research and make sure like the person that's hosting it is a black individual, because we go through a lot of stress that white hosts won't understand. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you go to a group like that, you got a white host, there's something you can't even address because they won't understand. So just find a black mental health counselor and just speak it. At least you have a little more gateway to address, like racism causes mental health. Know that.
Oh.
But they don't want you to address that because it's gonna make all the other white patients feel guilty or something like that. Man, fuck that. I got a black instructor, so hopefully this black instructor understand what I'm talking about.
But did y'all hear the last clip where how we pushing? Well, they're saying society views little melanated girls as grown women, so they sexualize them early.
Well, what was that young brother? That young brother that was in the park that got shot immediately. The cop got out the car and shot him. Rice. I'm bad with names.
Tamir Rice, yeah.
Rice, yeah. He said, "Well, you look like he's a grown adult." I said, "You just a dumbass inbred motherfucker. You wasn't no goddamn grown person. How you gonna mistake a little child for being a grown adult? You gonna just shoot him dead?"
Score. I want your take on that though. How do, because you a sister. How do you feel like society, media, even the community, the pressures that are put on little melanated girls and shit? Do you think we sexualize them, or do you think we treat them like adults and shit too early? I mean, because that's what we heard from the clip. How do you feel about that? Like, what was your experience coming up too as a little girl, and did you feel any of that?
It wasn't like it is now, because when I was little, girls didn't even really develop big breasts. It was only like a few, maybe a handful of girls in the whole school. But now, these babies coming out fully developing, I think it's all cultures across the board. It's just society.
I think it's that food, sister, because I have a niece.
Yes.
I think she's probably 9th grade. She's built like a damn full-grown woman.
Yeah, my daughters too. Like, whoa. Way bigger than me. Like, I don't know where they got it from. I honestly don't, but yeah.
I think food.
Similac, huh?
Similac, all that low income food they want service and it's healthy. I'm like, shit.
Do you think, just this question for everybody, do y'all think that we do are we doing a good job in recognizing that our girls, they need to be girls and be protected, or do you think we need a lot improvement? Because I know a lot of sisters on social media, not just YouTube, they say black men kill black women all the time. They don't protect the babies, and we let them get killed. Do y'all? What's y'all take on that? Do you feel like we have to start creating programs to protect our women and the little girls specifically, so they could be little
Well,
girls?
what kind of program can you produce? I mean,
Now to teach the little boys to respect the girls.
yeah, that. And you also be honest. You have to show the young women how to respect themselves as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know? And I think I'm assuming that the ones that's killing the women, the men that's killing the women, and the young girls, they're probably guys that was born without a father or any kind of strong male role model in their life. Yeah, too.
I think it's the food too.
So what you're saying, this is what I'm gathering. What you guys are saying is that we have to educate the women in our community to treat themselves better, and educate the boys to treat them better. Is that what I'm getting from
They
everybody in
both,
here?
I think we need the old school to bring the old school back. That's what I think. I think when they took the discipline and the kids out of the household, that created problems.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Just hold your thought right there. I got two comments I want to read, and all y'all could respond to it. So on that, he says there is also an element of sexual molestation in the homes that make these young women do the things that they're doing, grow up faster. Also, hold on, fresh ain't dead. The brother says in the black community we look down upon mental illness and we joke and clown people in the melanated community. That must stop first. What's y'all response to those? Those are great questions. Those are great comments. That's stuff.
What's causing the mental health? That's what we got. We got to get to the root of it.
We'll never know.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just saying that's just it. That's always going to be an issue because, like I say, for multiple reasons, we ain't gonna never know. The only people who might know, and you know what the sad part is, like by the time we know anything about what a person was going through, it's too late. That's how it usually goes. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about mental illness, you know, because like I said before, black folks, when it's dinner time, black folks don't sit around and talk about that type of stuff. Like, how was your day? Ask them how they doing, and they say, it's all right or whatever. And nobody's gonna actually stand up and be like, no, I mean, like, really, how was your day? Like, is everything all right with you? Like, I'm here, like, speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting right here asking you, like, how are you doing? Like, on some real stuff. We don't see that. Not saying that it's not happening right now, but so mental health, that's going to be like a forever ongoing thing. So I don't even know if there's a such thing as answers for that, because it's for so many different reasons.
Yeah, I used to do that to my nieces and nephew when I was babysitting them. After school, I said, well, how's school going? Anybody picking on you? Your teachers picking on you? Anybody? I mean, what's your homework? This and that. And yeah, this is how you answer this. It's going okay. You got no problems. I said, okay, don't wait till it gets to a big problem, man, and you come out doing something crazy to yourself or crazy to the people that's bullying you. It's best to go ahead and address it right now. You're gonna get punished for being honest. But we got to know
Right.
this.
To add on to what the person in the chat said, the abuse of children is usually something passed down generation to generation. So that is a big problem because it happens to boys and girls. And those when those children grow up, they usually, repeat the cycle. So I think that's a big problem in the community. It affects boys and girls, and that contributes to the abuse, sexually and physically.
Definitely. I wanted to post this one up because I think this is a phenomenal comment, and it says, "I was going to say this is by the Queen Nicole. I was going to say it starts at home because parents need to educate their children, and I think that is 100. If you can't get your child in a program, a Big Brother program, which Brother Fresh said, excuse me, um, your parent, or if your parents aren't there to educate you, like you don't have a strong mom and a strong father and a strong value system, you got to get them in a Big Brother or a Big Sister program, which Fresh put down there. Fresh ain't did. I think that was beautifully said because a lot of when I was coming up, this is just my opinion and my experience. We had it was like kind of like the YMCA, if you will. I think it was called like a boys club or some shit. It's called, and it's where they have the basketball courts and all that shit like a gym, and then they have weight sets and all that shit. I went to that a lot after school. You know what I mean? And then I had sports programs and shit. I played football in high school, so I was always around my peers. I was, rarely around my actual parents a lot of times because I was always hanging out with my homies and shit. That's how we became real close and shit because of the sports and shit. And then you're always at school. You're at school like 8 hours of the day. So these people, you're probably going to be way more close to your friends and your peers than your actual parents. So that's why I say, the Boys Club and the YMCA, those programs are very, very much needed, especially if the child doesn't have like a strong father or a father at all in their life. But I'll let y'all.
I can go where you want.
Absolutely needed. Yeah, I think it was the YMCA and the Boys and Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister did that. She did the Girl Scout.
My girls did it too and went to summer camp and everything. So they do have resources out there, even if you low income and stuff. It's just finding, they're not gonna tell you gotta like look for it with a fine tooth comb, but all that helps. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Oh, go ahead, my brother.
Boy Scouts are good too. I was in it myself. But nowadays, man, you gotta look out for the scout leader because he might be one of them little child molesters.
Oh, facts.
Definitely. But when I was coming up, it wasn't as big as it is now. I'm not saying that didn't exist, but because I did the camp thing too, and it teaches you a lot of shit when you're out in the wilderness. I mean, just like being on a sports team and even working. When you have to go to work, you have a job. It teaches you sportsmanship. It teaches you how to work with a team to get something accomplished. Like your scout, your camp master will say, get a certain amount of wood so you guys could build a fire. But it has to be a certain kind of wood, so you might have to break up in teams and shit. So it teaches you how to work and cooperate with kids and shit like that. So these are skills that kids these days are missing a lot vitally. Like they're missing a lot of these skills.
That's what we need, like survival skills, like how to build a fire, like, you know, I think that's very important, like to have primitive living skills in case, something happened. What do y'all think about that? Or
Yeah,
is that getting off subject? Oops,
no,
sorry.
it's not because not only does that build a great character and it gets you get skills on how to work with people and survive, but it helps your mental health because it helps you your mind. It helps your mind think, and which makes your mind not be an idle mind. The problem with a lot of people is their mind is always idle, meaning they're always bored. Like motherfuckers get on social media to bullshit and horse shit because you're bored. You have an idle
Mhm.
mind. You don't have shit to do. Get a job. Get a hobby. Did some shit. Learn how to cook. Do some shit. That's what I took from Cap. Is it created me? It created me and it made me, excuse me, have an activated mindset. My mind didn't just sit because I had to learn some shit to survive. They'll put your ass out there and make you get them skills to survive. But yeah, y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get back on track of teaching more survival skills, but rather than teaching it sitting here in my room, I need to be out in the elements, the woods, and refresh my memory on how to do stuff. That was a good question the sister presented. Um, you're in a wooded area, just take your phone out there, put on YouTube and just type in survival, how to make a fire, this and that. There's many ways I can do it. You got stuff in your household, like you take lint from your dryer screen and use it as a starter.
Mm.
There's a lot of things. You can use a chapstick, Vaseline,
A can of Crisco I saw too, and that'll
Crisco.
stay lit. Because I bought that up too because I'm really seriously thinking of living off the grid. Like we have land already, and if hubby can agree to it, but like my grandmother taught me gardening, I never knew how important it was because I used to dread going out there tilling the dirt and planting, and I thought it was just like ugh. But it was such it's such a needed skill to be able to grow your own food. To live, you can live off the grid. Like you can collect rainwater, and there's so many. I think it's so many skills that we just as a people need to have. Regardless to wherever we are, building fires or growing your food or catching your food even. I haven't gotten that far because I can't kill an animal. I'm sorry, but
I bet you kill it when you hungry.
I'll probably be vegan. I can't do.
All right.
I'm just playing. but but the Boy Scouts taught you that too, Dom, right? Like it okay, if they cut the power was off and you had to survive, would y'all be able to survive? Each one of y'all can answer.
I mean, my fire skills suck. The other homie when I was younger, he had to start the fire, so my fire starter skills suck. But if I catch something, I think I can skin it properly and cook it properly if I had a fire.
And build a shelter.
Yeah.
I don't know how to build that. I don't know how to do that, but I would learn. I would have to learn. Shit.
Yeah.
I work on houses, so I would have to use working on houses that skill to just try and build an actual, house from the dirt, I guess, because we work on
Or just
houses
a
that
little
already.
shelter to get out of the
Yeah, yeah,
elements.
Yeah, definitely. I
Hmm.
think I can do that. Yeah, definitely.
I think I
I mean,
could too. But go
I would
ahead.
have to. I would have
You're
to. I
right.
mean,
If you cold enough.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. If you in the wilderness, you gonna have to do it. You gonna have to find a way to do that shit.
yeah, that's one of the
Yeah.
things you gotta have is a shelter. To build your shelter, to build your fire, to search for water. You know.
Yes.
Um, but my thing is like, God dog, I had it on my mind, and I just lost it like that quick. I think going out in the woods, it will help neutralize some of your mental illness. You know,
Yes.
you're not, you don't have the cell phone in your hand or laptop in your face. You focus on survival. That's all you need to focus on, and you got to find food because it's gonna all the physical energy you're gonna have to produce. You got to find something to eat, and since you don't know how to kill anything, I said the best thing to do is learn how to fish.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. I mean, I'm not. I don't
I
think
know how
I'm.
to fish and crawfish yet.
Yeah, I don't think I'm afraid to kill shit. I know it's immoral, but if it, I mean, for real, no. I mean, cause I've been to in college because they took us on trips to see all this shit. I think being up close with it wasn't as bad. And it just depends on the situation. If I had a family, you damn right I'm gonna get my combat knife and I'm gonna get a boar. I'm gonna feed I'm gonna feed my family. I don't give a fuck what anybody
Right.
thinks.
That's
My
but
my
oh.
I mean, it is what it is, man. My child is gonna eat. My lady is gonna eat. I'm a fucking. I'm gonna skin this motherfucker up. And I'm gonna grill his ass, man. It is what it is. My family's gonna eat. They're not gonna starve. That's for sure.
yeah. When you skin it, just make sure you don't cut too deep as you cut along the belly.
Oh my
But
gosh.
get those intestines and the
Yeah,
bladder, you poison the
yeah,
meat. So you gotta
yeah.
Oh
cut,
wow.
just cut along that thin skin up to the up to the chest plate.
Wait,
Why did
wait,
I bring this up? Lord have mercy.
wait, hold on, Squirt. Bro, did you cut one up, bro? You cut one
Me?
up? Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
Oh,
cut back in the days. I had to cut a pig. Had to do a rabbit. I had to learn how to do a fish.
damn.
It's, jungle survival. Yeah.
All right,
Uh,
I'm gonna take you with me, bro.
yeah, no problem. No problem. I might be rusty, but it'll come back to me little by little. I just know how to cut that. Be careful when you cut along the gut. That's about it.
All right,
I couldn't
another
dare
day.
look at Bambi and then up there skinning Bambi. Like, oh my, ooh, I'll become a vegan. I can't do it. No,
Man,
I'm just kidding.
I thought about that shit. No, for real though, on some real shit. I thought about that shit, and I was just like, man, let's say I got 5 kids, and then I got a woman. You know what I mean? We gonna eat grass and shit all the time. I mean that I'm just saying that's cool. That's gonna be a cool little entree or whatever with the boar I'm gonna kill. You know, you can have some grass with it, but
That you need
uh,
that protein
you
and
gonna
that
need some
that
food.
fat, right?
Yeah, you gonna need some food, man. And
I
me,
might cook it, but I'm not gonna be raising up animals, feeding them and petting them, and then killing them. That seems like betrayal at the highest level. I don't know.
If you
Bring a chicken. Mm-mm.
ever been
Huh?
hungry, if you've never been hungry, then you have no
I've
reason to
never
kill.
been that hungry. No, maybe if I was ever that hungry, because
Exactly.
I watch Naked and Afraid, and they be out there with the turtle soup and all. I'll be like, Lord, have
All
snakes
right.
and all.
That's all.
Oh Lord.
You wait till that hunger pain, that hunger and that thirst kick in. Shit, trust me on this. Trust me.
Yeah.
You be out there eating. The
I'll
woods have
become a little Rambo. Huh? I'll be out there killing everything.
everything that you need to survive, man. There's everything
Oh
you need to
wow.
survive. You gotta know how to read.
Yeah,
Mm,
I think the ones with the face. I think the faces will get me. But once I get the face, I think we'll be cool. Once it ain't looking at me no more, I think I'll be cool. No, for real. It's just the like even the fish that got the head and shit. Like I just feel like it's looking at you and shit.
right. Like, oh gosh. Like, Lord forgive me. But then I'll go quick to the grocery store and load up on meat. I know I need to get it. I need to get it together. Lord have mercy. And there's no telling what, like he said, they putting in that meat because it's making people crazy. Whatever
Yeah,
hormones, it's really crazy.
yeah. I mean, there may be some weeds in your front lawn that you want to get rid of, but come to find out, if you do a little research, there could be some weed that you can put in your salad bowl, whatever, throw it in a meat dish.
Oh, true, huh?
Yeah,
Dandelions, yeah, that's a good source of.
yeah, yeah. And
But we need those survival skills, though. We really do. Like, I really would love to learn how to start a fire from just wood and go into, nature with a hatchet or with, because it's a lot of those videos on YouTube and people go set up a shelter and they cut the trees down and they have a little bit of nothing. I think that's dope.
you also gotta learn navigation so you don't get lost out there too.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh yeah.
A lot of sticks. Use sticks. Get some sticks and yeah. Remember where you put put like a little cut the stick up, the tip of the stick a little bit in certain places. Like let's say you travel like half a mile, a couple of steps, then put the stick down so you'll know where you
Oh, that's a good
what's
idea.
that? Yeah. And you just put the little tip so you can know that you were there so you won't be confused. Like nobody's gonna put a tip on a little cut in the tip of the wood. You did that so you know that you're going in the right direction too.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a good thing to know.
See, that's what take me out of my. Sometimes that's what take me out of my. It helps me take out my mental illness. Sometimes it helps calm it. I start looking for survival stuff. Now I know what I'm talking. Oh, another thing you gotta learn is how to tie certain knots.
Mm.
You gotta learn
Oh,
that.
go ahead,
We
brother.
have to be in tune with nature. That's part of our heritage, our DNA. We have to be in tune with some kind of nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the reason I don't go out in the woods, even though it could be for public, because I don't want to come across no damn Karen or a Darren. Because I know who I am. I know how I will react once my patience runs out.
Darren.
Yeah, Karens and Darrens. I ain't got patience for them, man.
Maybe you could do a video like teaching how to do the fires and stuff and how to, do certain things in survival. That'll be dope because you have skills that's priceless.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it, but I gotta find that motivation to do it because I'm so used to being inside my house all day, every day, damn near, and anything survival that pops up, I just see what they're talking about. Maybe it might be something new, a new strategy, a new tactic, and just check it out. I mean, I got survival books, like 2 survival books, another book on how to purify your water when you're out there.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, you gotta have water. Yeah, man. All you gotta do is just type it on YouTube. There's a lot of survivors out there that
Oh,
teach you stuff.
yeah.
Because you go to one of like survival schools, they're gonna charge you a lot of money. I don't know how much exactly all of them charge. But I know there's one guy. He's a former Marine. He's an expert, but I don't know how much he charged though. There's a guy that's forces. He does it. Navy SEALs, regular infantry guys, stuff like that.
Yeah. Queen Nicole, yeah, they do teach you that that certain not in the Boy Scouts, but I sucked at doing that too. I wasn't really good at that. But I'm just keeping it real. Like for me, I wasn't taking this shit serious when I was doing this shit. That's why. But I was real good. One thing that I could say that honestly I was good at was navigation. I knew just like
That's a
how
skill.
I know people's faces. Like and I could see you once and I got your face up here. It's in my brain. You know what I mean? I might not know your name, but I'm gonna be like, didn't you go to such and such school? So they was like, hey, at least you got that, so we won't get lost. So that I sucked at the other shit, bro.
That's a
Probably
good
just
skill.
wasn't applying myself, but I know if I had to, like I said, I'll tackle a war hog down. I really would. I don't give a fuck.
Slam them. Bow.
Yeah, you definitely have navigation skills. Definitely. I mean, that was one of my weaknesses in the military. Because they just rush you through the training and going on YouTube. I said, I think I got the hang of it now. I just gotta go out there and put it to the test. Get you a good compass. If you know what area you're gonna patrol, I think you can call, what do you call some company, some office to get you a map of the area where you can see where the steep lands are, all kind of situations dealing with the land. So in a way, if you want to avoid, know where the water is, where all kind of stuff. You just gotta be able to read it. A railroad track, which hill's steep, where's the flat land at, this and that. Yeah, so
That's good. They give you a map.
It's all about just taking mental screenshots in your head of the landscape. I think like let's say when you make your count, your base, and knowing where the trees and the mountains and shit. Because for me, if I stay in a place for like within a week, right? Unless I might be a little graphic, but you're peeing and using the bathroom and around that same area because you dig you a little place where you can pee at your main base and do all the things you got to do. You start getting used to that place. So then you eventually, and it's just like when you younger. Just remember when you was younger, and you would venture from your home, but you wouldn't go too far where you didn't know where you were going. But you
Right.
would go to certain neighborhoods with your friends, your homies, and you'll get used to doing that. Then you'll start doing it. You'll go further. Then you'll
Right.
start just going around your whole entire town. That's what that happened when I moved out here. I was an outside person. I was an outside person when I lived in Oakland. I was an outside person when I lived in Hayward. And I always wanted to go out because my homeboys was outside. When you were in school, that's when I first started getting my navigational on because this your home, you know where your home at. You've been around the neighborhood, so you know how to find your home even at a young age. And I was always outside. So you got to think of the wilderness like you got your home base, everything around it. Just get familiar with that, and then you can start venturing out, and you could. That's how you develop your navigational skills. That's all I did. So it starts at home.
Some folks are real talented natural navigation. Some got to study it to understand it. Some will never get it.
Facts. If for me, I just want to just right quick. I just wanted to say, for me, it was never street names, and even my big cousin would tell you it was always landmarks. So out here it would be like, "Oh, you mean by that McDonald's over there, right?" And he'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, right there," because I wouldn't know the street names. And it's always been like that. I'll be like, I know where that McDonald's at, or that dollar store, or the Dollar General, or Walmart. I'll meet you over there. And it's crazy that knowing where certain landmarks was at versus learning the street names and shit is what made my navigational get better, which made me locate shit a lot more better because I was looking for landmarks instead of street names.
I just want to say, like, if you're interested, you can go to my channel and just go to my playlist. I think I got everything that I've saved. So those who follow me, they can go and look at it. If I can't explain it to you, look at the video.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you know, I got everything in there. Even doing how to do house repairs and stuff. I do everything, man. Like I said, like we wasn't raised around a male family member. So as you get older, thanks to YouTube, I can fix things now. I can cook. I can do all that. You know, I can do a whole lot of things now.
I said that to myself a couple nights ago, man. I was like, damn, I'm kind of proud of the man I become to be. You know, I can cook. I be posting a lot of my meals on my community wall and shit.
Okay.
I'm fixing my car up and shit. You know, that shit a lot of people don't know how to do both.
Right, that's the truth. That is the truth. Those are good skills for men to have, at the very least, cooking, because you don't have to depend on a woman to do it.
Thanks.
So that's dope.
You know, like they can, you know, you can make like an oven out of some those bricks, and I forgot the name of it. But man, it's like you know, if you want to know, like if you live at a location that's time to move, all you gotta do is collect the bricks and take it with you and rebuild it at your new residence. And it cooks good. Yeah, and it's easy to make. Just go to Walmart. I mean, Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever you get those bricks, and just build it up yourself. And find some tree limbs, some dry tree limbs, and just commence the cooking. You can use it to cook your food or heat your water. You know,
that's great info, bro.
Yeah, you know those sunscreens you put in your windshield when you get, you know, before you get out your car. Yeah, you put it in a cone, and you get you a brick with a God dog, what's the name of it? It's like a grail. You lay across there, and well, what are you gonna cook in? You gotta make sure that it's black, no white, no clear. You gotta make sure it's black because black retains heat. And just sit in the sun, and every like 15 minutes, you gotta change the angle of your gadget towards the sun. You want the sun to shine on it, and that shit it gets damn hot too. It may take a little while to cook, depends on the day, but it will cook it. I see people cook a roast beef out there and breakfast, cakes, desserts, everything.
Damn.
You can do all kinds of stuff with the sun. You can cook it. You can do it in the wintertime as well, as long as there's sun out there.
Oh yeah. So this brother Fresh ain't dead. I like what this king said. He said the best camera in the world is your eyes. Everything you see, your eyes take a picture and transmit that to your brain. Wow. That's wonderful.
That's deep. That's
Hey, sister,
true.
I'll do you with a rifle.
I'm sorry, say that again.
So how good are you with a rifle? Have you ever shot a rifle?
Yeah.
Are
I
you
don't
good?
like. No, I'm not. But a gun, I'm better. Yeah.
Okay. I
The
was asking.
kickback.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Kickback.
Because there's like, if you don't want to use a rifle, then you gotta learn how to snares and traps, just using shit off the land. Because animals are smart. People think animals are dumb. No, animals know a lot of shit. So, man, it's just so much stuff. I think I say just check it out. And if you check it out, it's gonna lead you to another channel. They're gonna show you something different. So you're gaining your survival wisdom.
Yeah, I think that's powerful.
And I think one thing you should learn how to use is the bow and arrow as well, because using rifles loud. And animals are smart. They know, okay, I heard a sound over there, so I'm not going there. But using bow and arrow is very quiet.
Yeah, I want to get
that's a
one.
good idea. I know.
I want to get a bow gun. I just keep forgetting to get one. I think I got one on my cart, my eBay cart, but I just keep forgetting to buy that shit because I be buying other shit. But I want to get that bow gun though, for real.
I was taking archery lessons before this virus kicked in. Now I was good at it. Shit, I was getting good. You know what I mean? Because out here in Texas, we got a lot of wild hogs. I don't eat pork, but these are healthy. These are healthy pigs compared farm raised pigs. So you go out there, you kill you one, you go sell it. That's money making right there. Yeah, just make sure you're close to a tree, cause the motherfuckers they'll come. If you don't hit them right, they'll come after you.
Oh, Lord.
You gotta hit them sideways in the heart.
Well, you can't even run from them, huh?
You can. You got. No, you can't run from them, but you can dodge them if you're quick enough. You can read them.
Oh Lord, it'd be just my luck. I miss. Like, oh shit. I mean, sorry.
They can't turn at a 90-degree angle. They got a curve. Once they miss you, they got a curve and turn back around and try you again.
Oh,
you can get your knife and tied to a stick. So that way you got some protection as well.
Our ancestors did that to live. That's crazy. Still prevalent.
You might be want to get what? You want the Army or Navy? Which one was it?
With the knife?
You was in the Navy.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Marines.
My bad, bro. I don't know why I keep. Forgive me for that, bro. I always keep getting that one wrong. I wish I wish I would have hit the Marines, bro. All the knowledge you got and shit, man. Because I just be listening to the shit that you be discussing. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have hit the Marines.
Yeah, like you can. There's a certain insects you can eat, and they're healthy. You can eat ants. Shit. What else can you eat? I forgot. It's been so damn long since I've been through it. But you eat grasshoppers, crickets. You can roast them, put them in the pan, put them on fire.
They good. They good.
Would they taste like chicken? Would it taste like chicken?
I can't remember, but they don't taste bad at all. They really don't. No, you want to eat snake. Now snake tastes like chicken.
Oh wow. Yeah. They eat that in the South. Oh God, an alligator tail. Ugh.
Jesus. You don't like alligator? Oh, I love alligator, but I don't eat it anymore because it's not Hebrew.
No, I can't do that.
I said, forgive me, Most High, but I'm gonna eat this goddamn alligator tail.
Frog legs, some deep fried frog legs.
Yep, I eat some frog legs too. Yes, ma'am.
Oh wee.
Oh shit, country.
I'm country.
Oh, they be tearing them legs up, toes be all curled up. Like, oh God, here we go.
I ate chicken. I ate so much shit, man. It make you throw up.
I ate chicken feet before.
Yeah, if I tell you the thing I have to eat in the Philippines, it make you throw up.
Ugh.
That's why I have a tough stomach. We got people that like, I don't eat leftovers. Okay, fuck it, I'll eat it. Shit, you wasting food. Shit. It's just a day old.
Wasting is a sin, huh?
Yeah. My brother have a habit. I don't eat no leftovers. Nigga. Brother, talk like that, brother. I mean say the N-word.
This is all good, bro. I know you in it.
Man, you gotta be kidding me, dog. You was raised poor like I was. You mean you don't eat no leftovers? Oh, you got your good look now.
Hey, some leftovers be good though. Like when you had like some Thanksgiving or some shit. Like that was the best shit, making a turkey sandwich. that shit go off.
You know what I mean? If I've been meaning to like do a live stream and put in my set up a what they call it, not PayPal, but what's that other thing,
Cash App.
Cash. So that way I can probably find a survivalist and go out there and train with them, and then that way I can start my black survivalist camp. You know what I mean? But knowing who I am, I'm too prideful to ask for help. I'm thinking I can do it myself, but nah. I have to learn how to let go of my pride and ask for help. And I show the receipts how I'm using the money to those who donate to let them know I'm not fucking you over. So it's just a matter of time when I find that motivation to do so.
For sure.
Yeah. See, Natty, man.
We are heading towards a food shortage. I don't know if anybody else noticing these shelves are getting empty.
Yeah, they empty out here. I went to the Walmart. Walmart has a lot of shit. It's usually packed with a lot of shit. And I went in there just for some I think it was some water, I think. And it was clean. It was cleaned out. The shit was cleaned out, like the whole shelf. It's Walmart. You know what I mean? So this is a big store, right? It's a big chain company, right? That usually pack. Everybody goes to this place. Wasn't no water on shelf. They had bottles of water, but it was only a few of them though. It was only a few of them.
You do, brother. Get one of those filtration kits that you can attach to your kitchen faucet. You can do that, or get the pitcher and that filtration water as well. Or you got the filtration straw. If you're out in the woods, you just put it in a dirty creek and just it'll filter it. You can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole lot cheaper rather than get a machine installed, a filtration machine installed in your house. There's what else you can do? Or you can gather the water, you can screen it and boil it, and it come out clean. You might want to add like a few drops of chlorine in it, just make sure it kills any hidden other bacteria, other shit in there. We have ways we can conquer it, dog. We can conquer it. You just gotta put your mind to it.
Right. Definitely, bro. I really look forward to more of your survival videos and shit, man. Real shit.
Okay, I'm not trying to promote this book because they ain't gonna pay me shit. But
Go ahead, promote it. Promote it, man. Drop a link to it. Go ahead.
It's called SAS. Because this is like a European country, but it's a survival handbook. It's the ultimate guide of surviving anywhere. They teach you all about the plants, certain animals you can eat, what you can't eat, how to clean it, how to build everything. It teaches you everything.
I wrote it down.
Yeah.
You got Hey,
the third edition.
You got a link for it?
No, I just got the book, brother. It's
Oh, you
staring at me right
oh,
because once in a while I
oh,
read
okay.
through.
Can you spell it in the chat or something? Can you put it in the chat or?
Yeah, okay, let me get my laptop and go back to you.
Or you could do it after it's good, cause I'll put it on my community wall and shit. So
Because I
anybody
don't know,
that's interested in it, you know.
because if I do it right now on my phone, they won't see it. Only,
Oh,
oh, let me see.
you should be
Oh,
able
there
to
we go.
do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody got in the
No,
chat room that got information on books and any kind of educational shit going on, you can drop links and all that. Talk amongst yourselves, drop your links. And everybody get subbed up. Definitely, I want everybody to mingle here too and get acquainted with each other.
typing in it right now.
But a lot of y'all might not know Scorpio because she doesn't have a channel right now, but she used to be a content creator. So definitely just look out for her. You know, she might return. I'm gonna keep nagging her to return. And I think she could drop a lot of educational shit too. So I really want to get sport back.
I threw my tennis shoes up there on the pole. I,
All right. I'll put it in the chat room, brother.
Okay, cool. So everybody that's in there, man, check that shit out. I'm a Google that shit too, so I can get it on my community wall and shit, man. Definitely, because I'm probably about to get ready to wrap this shit up, man, in a minute. I definitely love the information, man, that you was given, bro, and sis. Y'all definitely was bringing a lot of information, and people need to know this. People that want to know this shit need to know this shit. So I'm gonna try and get a link on my community wall so people that want to fuck with it.
maybe we could start a fire starting challenge.
Right?
We could probably do one in the backyard just to get some. I might try to do that. I'm serious. So if I do, I'll share it with you. I'm trying to
Oh,
start
there
a
we go.
fire.
So it's called Third Edition SAS Survival Handbook. There we go.
Third
So
edition.
I had to
I'm
say
gonna
that.
hop down and let you close out. Thank you guys so much.
Oh yeah,
Thank you for this outlet.
Score before you go, just let people know what you got going. I know you ain't on YouTube anymore, but let people know about what you got going on in the real life front or whatever they can support. You know, with the little program you got, be handing the food out and handing the clothes out. Let people know where they can find you. What's going on?
Well, right now I'm trying to get to the bag. I'm in the process of just in my personal life, just uplifting my personal life. But discussions like this is a healthy outlet. So I appreciate it. I don't really have anything going on now, just life and
Oh, that's good too. That's
you
good
know
too.
that's but you know. So
I mean, okay,
thank
so before you cut, sum up
hmm
everything that we saw today, what we talked about. What's your advice? And I'm gonna ask you, brother Cap, the same shit. If Realist was up there, I'll ask him that too. Sum up everything that we learned today, or what we should be learning. What you think that people that listens to this on the playback, what they should be contributing to seeing the community talk about shit like this, you know, on a daily basis, all throughout social
what I got from this is that I'm not the only person. I'm not the only one. who have, those thoughts. Um, what I've taken from this is that communication it can just, communication is very important. It can be in a healthy way or unhealthy way. Um, be weary of the traps that are being set upon us, not to fall into the traps. And also, survival is important. Um, Hate is never the answer, even though we are faced with hate on a daily basis. And I mean, you just never know what people going through, and to just talk to somebody and really ask them how they doing can mean the world. And mental illness is something that we have to address one way or another, healthy or unhealthy. It has to be addressed. So,
Definitely.
I appreciate this. I really do.
Man, I appreciate you, Queen. I always salute to you and your family and your tribe, man. This live wouldn't have
Same to
been
you all.
completed without you, man. You brought so much to it. I just appreciate you rocking with me through thick and thin and everything. We still cool, we still tight over these years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate
Town
you.
business.
Town
Thank
business.
you. Thank you, Cap. And if you can if you could put his channel in the chat or in the comments so I could sub to him
Yeah,
and see what he
Uh,
has to offer.
I'm gonna do that on the community wall because I will have to
Okay.
use another phone to do that. So I'm just gonna shoot them out on the community wall, and that way you could just find it there. Unless you know how to drop
I was
your
sub to him before, and then I lost all my subscriptions, so
oh yeah.
I'll look out for it.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I'll send you a text or something about it. I'll give it to you.
Okay. And you probably won't see me in the comments, but I'm there. I got some stuff going on that I have to focus on. So if
Oh,
you
for
don't
sure.
see me, I'm there. So
For
much
sure.
love to y'all.
Same
Much
to you.
love.
Same to
Salute.
you.
Okay, peace, y'all.
All right, shalom.
Yeah.
All right, my fellow lion, man. What's man, like I said, man, another day one, man. I've known you for a minute. Appreciate you rocking with me for this time that we've been rocking, man. Definitely tell people where they can find you, man. If you got something in the works, I think you were talking about a T-shirt thing you had going or something like that. I don't know if you're still doing it. And then let people know about your channel and sum up everything we talked about and what we should be doing as melanated people, my brother.
Yeah. Well, come making t-shirts. I gave up on it, man. I just have a lot of military t-shirts I need to sell. But when it comes to the mental health family, I suggest, like I say, find somebody that's dealing with the same ailments that you have and just have a sit down. Maybe go for some coffee or sit down with a group and talk it out. Um, I know one of my factors that caused my mental health is, compared to being in combat, is dealing with these, like I say, these Karens and Darrens. So if you find yourself being confronted by one of them, just walk off, because all they want is your energy, and don't give them no energy. Just walk off. It pisses them off a whole lot more. You feel a whole lot more pleased when you do that. Survival. If y'all want, y'all can check out my YouTube channel. Go to my playlist. I got a lot of things saved. For anybody that want to check it out. We definitely got to watch out for the young kids and our women and men as well. I mean, there's times like, for a long time, man. It's like that thought is always there. Um, you know, of offering yourself, because you have a hard time sleeping, so you got to drink yourself to sleep. Hopefully, you don't have no nightmares and stuff like that. So it doesn't hurt to talk with somebody that's dealing with the same stuff you deal with. Um, um, as always, brother, I appreciate you allowing me on your panel. We always have good conversations off off YouTube, talking on the phone. And everybody else, man, y'all just stay strong. We are strong people. Just don't let them. Just don't fall for the. Don't fall for the bullshit. Put it that way. Don't fall for it.
Don't forget to drop your link down there, brother. And
But I don't know how to do that, bro. To be honest.
Oh, you still don't know how to do it? Okay. I got you with the.
What I do, it should show up.
I got you, bro. I'm gonna try to set you up in the community tab, bro. I got you. I'm trying to find a way to get your link in there and all that so people can fuck with you, bro.
Yeah.
No shit.
Drink some wine. Don't drink that hard liquor. Drink some wine. I'm not trying to promote it. You ain't gonna have to listen to me, but yeah, that's what gives me peace of mind.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely appreciate you, man. Devoting your time to the stream, bro. I mean, we do talk off this shit, and we do have basically, the same conversations. They be similar. The answers are always pretty much the same, but it's fun getting other people involved. You know what I mean? I love hearing other people's stories, and I love hearing things that people learn from these conversations and interactions. So I love streams like this. You
Hey,
guys,
brother. Hey, I gotta help company move in right quick, man. So yeah, it's good seeing y'all, and I'll catch y'all next time.
for sure, brother. Salute, man. Shalom.
Salute.
All right, brother. I definitely want to send a shout out to everybody that came up on the panel. This was a very, very informative live. Shout out to Me Time. I see you. What's going on with you, my friend? I see you. Fresh ain't dead, man. Y'all make sure to fuck with this King's book. He said he has a book. I'll try and get you on the community tab, bro, so they can uh, purchase that book. Amina, Sexy One, Sexy Southern, Belle, his brother Step, Fresh, Realist, Nicole, Natty, Eve, Mina. I appreciate everybody that came. Anybody I missed, my apologies. Humblest apologies. Um, this was a very, very great stream. And it's always a great stream because y'all make it a great stream. Just simply y'all devoting y'all time, you know. And the Queen Scorpion on it. Can't forget Scorpion. She's day one. But real good friend. Um, a good person. Too, Um, this was a wonderful stream. I think we need to see more streams like this. I would love to see more streams like this from other YouTubers. I think uh, I think we have work to do, and it's not going to be easy work, but I think it's doable work. I think we can make shit happen. Oh yeah, realist, put your link and shit down, man. And I think the brother Chef came through, man. You can shoot your shit too. Me time. Put your link down. Everybody, share your links. Talk amongst one another. Well, it's about I'm about to end it, but you know, you get what I mean. I definitely want to send a shout out to the panelists that came up. You know, Willa, Scorpio, Cap. Y'all made this a very wonderful stream. Everybody in the chat, y'all made this an incredible stream. Every time I plan the stream, I don't know the outcome. You feel me? So the outcome could be anything. You know, I might be up here by myself, which I'm not. Hey, I think I can do it, but it's such a oh, Sheila E too. I forgot she came in. Shout out to Sheila E. Just to me, a stream wouldn't be a stream if it wasn't for y'all, for the people that come up and the people that show up and hop on the panel and engage, and also give their um give their story, because everybody has a story, and I think everybody should have a chance to give their story. I don't think we should be hidden, and I don't think we should be so hard and hardened by what the cards life dealt us. I think at times, I know a lot of us feel like you just can't share shit, you can't say shit, especially in our community. But we changing that shit, man. We changing that shit. Just this stream, when you listen to it on the playback, we're proving that we can have mature conversations and give our stories and not cuss at one another and all that. I mean, I never had panels like that. I probably won't. But this is a very informative stream, and I do appreciate everybody that showed up and the people that listen to the playback. I do appreciate your time, because I know these streams, they're long, but I try my best to give you as much information as possible. And I definitely want to send my condolences to Chesley, Assistant Chesley's family, and Regina King's family as well. I know we didn't see anything on her today, but mental health is very important. And with Chesley, my bad, Chesley, what she showed was that you can't be fooled by the smiles and the glam and the beauty, because she was a knockout, right? A fox. But we don't know what was going on in that sister's head to drive her to what she did, And I hate seeing that amongst my people, because I feel like she should have got the help that she deserved. She put in immense work. The sister was well accomplished. I hate seeing that. And Regina King, my condolences, and my heart does go out to that sister too. I've been watching her since I was a youth, and I love a lot of movies that she's done. I know that's a massive loss, her losing her son, and my heart and my condolences does go to the families of these lost loved ones, if you will. Okay, everybody, y'all be good, y'all be safe. I appreciate y'all rocking with me throughout the show. It means a lot. Y'all be cool. Thank you.
Not a damn thing gon' change, not a damn thing. Shit won't change too much pain, man, and agony. You can search through your soul, but aim at casualties. Blowing up shit at faculty, cash in tracks for free. History, my misery must have been for a fee. Black people dying globally, hopefully one day they'll be free. Blunt stay lifted, so my mind is well. Goddamn, things ain't changing, time will tell. Until then, time to mob and bail. Not a damn thing gon' change. Not a damn thing we can't fail. Not a damn thing. Smoke that L. R.I.P. to Nia Wilson. Such a precious girl, trapped in a disturbed world. Not a damn thing. Lost for words. Here, dot, dot, dot. Fuck everything. Damn thing, a damn thing, not a damn thing, not a damn thing. Gon' change, it's not a damn thing, not a damn thing. Gon' change, not a damn thing. Gon' change, not a damn thing. Gon' change. No, no.